What is up, my peeps? Now, a lot has happened training-wise since the last time that we were doing an episode here. Basically, when we last left off, I bred a whole bunch of different monsters together, got a bunch of different eggs. Since then, I just kind of did the grinding and the legwork and raised them up into proper breeding ages, basically. I haven't bred any of them yet. In the process of having done that, I entered that new gate that we saw when we defeated the Goopy in Rock, Paper, Scissors, and it was inside of the arena, the Coliseum there. And basically what ended up happening was the first monster I caught in the gate per the rules happened to be one called Lava Man. And that, by the rules of what we're doing, would be the first catch that I have. So I actually ended up stealing it from another monster master. And basically, from there, I went ahead and just bred it with another material type to get a different Lava Man to change the gender. Now, again, per the rules of the Dynastylocke here, basically, I can then breed that Lava Man with another material type monster, and that would continue the dynasty. And I happen to have an Iceman. And the Iceman is actually the result of my having bred with a static character, which also makes it eligible for the lock. We're kind of going to merge the houses here, so to speak, the two dynasties of Iceman and Lava Man. We're going to see what we get. Now, the monster that's going to result from that is going to end up being some sort of addition to the party, more than likely here. For that reason, we're going to have to get rid of one of these monsters that's following us around and kind of replace one of them. So, that being said, my choice is likely to replace Dany here. And since we did this, we also had recently bred a Grizzly through an egg. I raised that up a bit. That thing was an absolute wrecker. It had absolutely amazing attack. And because it was a beast, I was able to breed it with Tony and create another Tony. So this particular Tony is around the same level as the last one we had, but look at how much better these stats are. I mean, look at, it's just an absolute tank. It's fast, it's a little smarter than it used to be. The HP and MP are much higher. It's a great monster here. Snark hasn't changed any in terms of like being bred with anything. It just leveled up a bit. A little better stats. Definitely not the strongest of the monsters we have, but pretty good skills. One of its skills had leveled up. The Ice Air became Ice Storm, does a lot more damage. Dany here is going to end up being the thing we get rid of. It has the least amount of skills. Really, its attack's a little higher than Snark's at this point, but overall, it's not quite as useful. So this will be Dany's last stand, so to speak. Now, in order to progress to a new gate after this, the one that I want to show when we film today, basically we have to give up a monster that has a fire skill of some sort. So what I want to do really fast is check which of my monsters happen to have some sort of fire skill. And that one would be something we can give, something that we can sacrifice. Now, I do want to keep this Battle Wreck, so it's not going to be that one. There's a Blizzardy. By the way, I had bred the Blizzardy last time around and we got another egg, and this thing ended up being an absolute tank as well. Great improvement, I would say. Now this thing does have a fire attack. That might be the thing I give. Only reason I'm a little hesitant is because it does have a lot of decent stats for the defensive and HP side of things, so it could be good for breeding at some point. But looking at it, I definitely don't want to give that thing up. It happens to be the only thing that's worth giving up, so I'm going to end up having to get rid of the Slime and Subsuck spawn here, two of our earlier catches, but it is something that we can't use per the lock rules anyway. Had a pretty useful skill there in Step Guard. So we're going to go ahead and replace, let's just do Tony real fast because it doesn't have wildness, and I don't want Dany to become more wild. So Pouch here, the little plant pouch, is going to be the one that we give up. Now, to avoid giving away the wrong monster, I'm going to have to put this thing first in my party. Let's go on over here. We're going to get ourselves a secret gate. I don't know exactly what monster is going to be the boss here. I kind of forget. I have somewhat of an idea, but I'm not entirely sure. So what we're going to do here is change the order. Oops. So Pouch is first. And Pouch is going to go to this guy. I can't start the fire. Hey dude, don't you have some monster that makes fire? Yes. Oh, then you have one. Then can you give us your pouch? Yes. Yay, thanks a lot. Now I can light a fire. This goes here, then wow. And hey, a new traveler's gate. Thanks for the monster, he says. Is this the traveler's gate? So this thing doesn't appear to be moving, which is interesting. I wonder if, because we went a little out of order with obtaining some of the gates, maybe, and with the earthquake and whatnot, maybe that ended up changing it a little bit. We'll see. But right now we're going to go grab Tony again. We should be able to technically defeat this boss without him, but I do want to take whatever experience I can get and use that with Tony. Now, what made the arena gate that we just got so good for training was that the monsters that are inside of it are much more powerful than the ones that we've encountered to date. So it ended up being really good for raising the other monsters up, and that's why we see such high levels this time around. It's such a quick kind of thing. I mean, I only really played this for about 45 minutes or so to do all the kind of grinding. So, oops, went down one extra there. It ended up being pretty valuable. Now, I'm hoping we can encounter something with a lightning skill to unlock another secret gate. So this is like secret gate part 2. We unlocked it. We didn't exactly get to the next secret gate per se, but we are able to go through one of these new ones here. Hey, it's shaking this time. Okay, cool. So that means that we will encounter a good boss monster here. Let's see what happens. I do not think this will be too difficult. Yeah, it's only got 8. It's lower than some of the gates we've encountered. This thing's going to be a pretty easy fight. So we'll probably just maybe hope to encounter some of these foreign masters or something. A spot slime. This thing is doomed. Look at that, 100 damage. Tony is a beast now. It's Tony Soprano up in here doing some damage. Alright, let's see. I think this is going to be like a square pattern. Oh, no, it's got the actual hole there. It's going to be kind of annoying. Crestpent and Fairy Rat. Crestpent's kind of an interesting one. It's a dragon type. It's got some poison moves in its set. Additionally, it can be used. Hey, look it, we get to keep a Crestpent. That's pretty cool. We'll call you Casey. Casey the Crespent. You're not going to come with me, though. Don't really care to keep you with me. It does have stop spell, which is pretty useful. Now, the Crespent can become one of the creatures that is on the cover of the game itself, like with the artwork when you get the like booklet that comes with it, the manual. And when you look at the actual artwork on the I believe on the game itself even, it can eventually become one of those monsters. I forget if it's Wing Snake or Kotal. It's one of the two, and Kotal is very useful monster. Look at that, 200 damage on a crit. Tony is not messing around. These guys are not really standing much of a chance here against this party. This boss is not going to stand much of a chance, really. I do forget what exactly we're going to encounter today, but... Ooh, bless me. Oh. Hey, chicken. It's chicken. Oh no, they roast the chicken. Snark is just using spells unnecessarily. We really don't need to waste our magic points here on these guys. They're too weak. We can attack and knock them all out pretty easily. A warp wing, and we don't need that item. It's not going to be anything good. Hey, some healing. Get our MP back. Not that we've encountered any damage so far. Got one monster using spells. I'm just loving how much of a tank this anteater has become. Tony, he's definitely going to fulfill our Dynastylocke purpose here. A lot of items that we don't need. No foreign masters, which is sort of disheartening. I wish that we could encounter a few more of those. Definitely makes things a little more interesting. What do we have? Another fight. What do we have in here? A bean man? Garbage. Tony eats bean man for lunch. Look at this. And ants, apparently. An antidote? I don't think anything's going to be able to get a poison hit off on us unless it ambushes us. Blood water's kind of useful. Alright, let's go ahead and go to the next part. We are rapidly progressing through this. A dragon kid. Give us a little more experience than the other guys, but I mean, really, it's nothing for us. This is small fries. This is going to be a easy fight for us here. I'm only really checking around the gates to see if we can get some masters, and because, hey, meat, why not? What do we have here? Hork and Caterpillar. Uh-oh, Hork can spit poison gas. That might be useful for the antidote now, I suppose. They don't even hit us. What a useless ambush that was. It did no damage, and you're all gonna die. Very little experience given to us. Not very helpful. Now, while I was grinding in that new gate, the much more powerful one, I did encounter a new item that y'all haven't seen yet, and that was a World Dew, is what it's called, World Dew. Now, what that does is it fully heals the max HP of all of your monsters in your party. So it's like getting a full restore, but 3 times over. It's pretty great. Although it doesn't heal status conditions now that I think about it, so I'm not going to do that for you. Pork chop. And pork chop. Okay, a couple pork chops there. I believe we're closing in on... Hey, a one-eye clown. I do like those. Those could be really useful to breed with Snark here. Now, I don't think Snark's going to give it the chance to live, because it is just wrecking stuff right now. It does become one of my favorites. And here we are at the boss. And we got ourselves a foreign master. What do we have? Ooh, Rot Raven. Now, Rot Raven can sometimes have some lightning skills, which could help us get that second gate that I was talking about. I want to try Squall Hit. I wonder how fast it can go. How much damage it'll do. 68. Not the best, not the worst. Ooh, that thing packs a little bit of a punch, that Rayburn does. It still doesn't stand a chance against my team, but hey, they're doing okay. Let's do some pork chop here. We're going to get healed after this battle anyway, so it doesn't really matter if all 3 of my guys make it through. In fact, it'll just give more experience to the other 2 if one of them dies. Dance Veggie dancing out of the way here. It's a weird looking vegetable. Alright, let's give another pork chop over to the Rot Raven. I don't think this is going to do it, but we'll see. Nope. Got 1,000 experience though. It's pretty cool. Okay, I really don't think we're going to get anything useful in the rest of this, but we shall see. Demonites are really not going to give us much experience. We might as well run away. It's useless. Just going to waste magic. Same goes for this fight. It's just a waste of magic. Alright, Who do we fight here? Now this is the guy I thought I was going to fight earlier, which is interesting. I thought that this guy was a little more powerful than he is, I suppose. This will be a pretty cool little addition to the team. Now this is going to be something I think worth breeding with Snark here. It's going to be the same family. You know what, it's not really worth going after the spells. I wonder how much breath damage that can do. I want to try... Let's try Big Trip. I want to trip it. Ah, dodging stuff. And it's attacking itself. So that's cool. Alright, why don't we do this? This is going to be an easy fight. Might as well just charge at it. It's not going to last that much longer. Goodbye. The Mad Knight. Pash. What kind of a weird name is that? I'm going to name you Brave Sir Robin. It's Brave Sir Robin. Rode forth from Camelot. Massacre and Beastcut. Those are some pretty cool moves. Tell you what, I'd like to raise this guy up more to kind of use some more stats. That Massacre attack is pretty cool. It's also very dangerous for yourself, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll raise him up a little bit off screen before I breed him with Snark. It was not a very difficult fight at all. Didn't even do any damage. Use the Vaulton Library. That's some weird advice. Okay, well, we readily handled that guy. He was nothing. The Mad Knight, who again, I think I'll make use of at some point. Now we got a bottom floor available here. I do wonder, did we ever... No, we never did this gate. Hey, let's do this gate together now. I think my guys can take these guys. It won't be too big of a deal. I think the gate in the arena is much more difficult, to be honest. Now, this is going to be a pretty wide open gate. I'm going to just jump into the hole here. What do we have? A lot of wide open space here. Wide open spaces. Okay, 68G. Now that's a pretty good indication that we might get some little bit of a challenge from some of these guys here. A Tree Slime and Fairy Drac. Jeez, these guys did not stand a chance. 163. That's a little. That's actually less experience than what I got out of this other secret gate. So I don't think that I'm gonna get too great of a challenge that I can't handle it or anything. Alright, let's go ahead and get up to the next one. I don't like these open kind of maps here. I'd rather, to be honest, just stick with these other guys here. Ooh, this Skull Rider guy. He's pretty useful. Now, Skull Rider does have a lightning skill, actually. So that one is going to be pretty useful for us. Hoping my monsters are smart enough to just take out the mud dolls first. And they did it. Okay, I don't know that I have a lot of meat for this guy. Got beef jerky. Hopefully this guy likes beef jerky. That's all I can say about that. Hopefully you like beef jerky and getting hit really hard. Nope. Okay. This is really not worth our time to fight. Let's get through as much as we can today just for you guys. That way we get the most action we possibly can in our storyline here. Fighting these weak monsters certainly isn't going to do that for us. I do know that I think this might be a specific monster that is kind of the last of the easier bosses. From here on out, it gets kind of difficult for, especially if you've not bred any monsters throughout the course of the game. At that point, you really start to have some troubles. Those mud dolls are useless. I don't want any part of these. They don't really offer anything for you. Unless you're trying to breed for a golem, which I think if you breed 2 of those guys, you get a golem. To be honest, they're not really very useful. And I don't really know why you'd want a golem anyway. It's not the top tier of the material family class, per se. What do we have here? We're at 5 out of 10. Okay, 10's not that bad. Hey, look at this guy. Too bad we don't have meat to offer him and his monsters. Ooh, there's the wing snake. That's an interesting one. Wing snake's immune to fire attacks, and it's got a pretty good little punch on it. I'll give it that. Ooh, look at that dark crab. How much damage that does. I really don't think a few beef jerky is going to sway this team, but we'll try. Might as well. We haven't caught our first monster in the gate yet, so we're technically still within Locke rules. Snark doing its self-damage now. Why are we spitting fire when it has no effect? This is why Dany is getting cut from the team. That's exactly why. Not very intelligent. Everything's fire and blood with this one. Okay. Vacuum Slash ought to kill it. No, that didn't do anything. I didn't really expect it to. That beef jerky strategy is never really going to work out very well for you. If you've only got beef jerky, can't expect to get much. Five out of 10. We're at halfway to the boss. I've already fought the master, so I'm not really looking for much. Could use a warp staff, because I think I do have one from that last gate. Skull Rider. These guys are pretty cool. I don't think I have any. I have beef jerky. If one of you likes beef jerky, I don't really care about locking myself out in this gate because don't really foresee myself getting anything particularly useful out of this without proper meat. Jeez, this is taking forever. Hope it's to the left here. There we go. I just want to see if there's some meat down here. Alright, let's kill this guy. It's quicker than running. Alright, no meat, no dice. Going to the next one. Do I have something more selling here? A quest book. Awesome. Money. I like money. Lots of money. Could help us buy proper meat. How about that? Now, this guy doesn't actually sell meat in this store, but that's the one little secret there. I don't know if we've actually encountered a merchant's room together before, but those merchant rooms will sell you, actually, they sell you pretty good items like a world leaf, which would be an auto revive, but I think they might sell elf water there too. I'm not sure. And the important thing about them is that they buy back items at the full price from you. So it's a good way to make money. If you have staffs, which I never really use the staffs, they basically allow you to use attacks that monsters would use. So the trainer fights with the monsters, which is cool sounding in theory, but they're a lot more useful to you to just sell them. Because you get a lot of money for most staffs, with the exception of a mist staff, which is just basically a sop spell. I don't like either of these, so we're out on these guys. It's been a very wide open map. I have not been very pleased with that. We're about speed running for this particular video today. Trying to get through as many different gates as we can. Let's go up top. These monsters just don't want to leave us alone. Hey, a tree slime, let's knock you out. Oh man, you're getting the full force of Tony coming at you. 200 attack. Tony is quite the tank. Mr. Soprano himself. I'm hoping one of these little golds will be a tiny metal at some point, because I would like to get the tiny metal reward before too long. That'd be pretty great. Can definitely breed the skills of that monster you get into some stuff. Oops. Alright, Awake Sand is useless. Hey, a Skull Rider. Bye, Skull Rider. Okay, let's go down here. Nothing useful. Let's go to the next 12. We're at 9 out of 10, so we are pretty close to the boss. And we're going to go to 10 out of 10 in a moment. Wow, my monsters have no damage on them. Very easy floor. Ooh, this is going to be a boss that does not get up. Pretty sure. There's one of two possible monsters at this juncture in the game that have that particular song. One of them you can actually get up, but it will take sirloin meat, which I don't have. And I don't have the capability of actually buying, because we do not have access to that particular market yet. It's a pork chop, for whatever that's worth. There's one called a Big Eye monster, which is what I want to look into. And then there's another one that's just a Sky Dragon as a boss. The Sky Dragon shouldn't be much of a problem for us. It does have a pretty good breath attack, which we'll have to try and eliminate, but I don't know if we have any Tailwind type attacks. Hey, there's the hole. Well, might as well look around. No harm. Don't want this. Now that's it for the whole gate. Wow. This is a dud of a gate, I'll give you that. This is going to be one fast little boss fight today. Oh, this guy actually does get up for you. Interesting. This guy's nothing. This guy's going to be an easy fight. He's going to use a couple of defensive stuff. The Mimic's not doing anything but laughing. A darkness that seemed to draw you in. So you saw my face. Creepy. A stone man. Give me Doctor Who vibes over here. I don't think this has anything to actually cast, so I'm just going to try and put it to sleep. This is not going to do me any good. I'm just going to attack it, and this one's probably just going to attack as well. Maybe I could try Cyclic. Oh, that's going to be useful. A defensive 1 on this thing is going to be absolutely so easy for us now. Let's twin slash this. I don't know if this has a healing ability. It might. I'm going to twin slash it. And oh, it dodged it. Oh man, Snark's doing 105 damage. This thing is gonna go down quick. Ah, this is nothing. This is gonna be an easy fight. 162. Oof. Oh, Tony just did 40 to himself. Ouch. So we'll just heal up real fast. A lot of self-damage going on here. Let's go with Psych Up. That might actually be better. No self-damage. Pathetic. Ooh, Fire Bolt. Alright. That's a final stage attack. That should do a good amount of damage. Snark's got to be getting pretty close to his growth limit right there. He's a sneaky one, he says. So helpful, King. You really not. Okay, we didn't get anything with a lightning skill. I was hoping to get one of those. So here's what we're going to do real fast. We're going to go buy some ribs. So I think I at least have access to that. And if I buy these ribs up, which I don't think I have any in the vault, I can check. I don't want to put anything I want to take. Oh well. I have to go sell a few items real quick because we don't have any room for all our ribs that we want. Which you can find over here. Siege stones are kind of interesting. World leaves and world dews are very useful. Good to know. This guy's got some pretty good wares here. I'm gonna sell these. Let's sell antidote. Let's sell awake sand and laurel. Sell the moon herb too, just to make some extra room. These misstaffs really weren't worth that much from what I recall, so. Alright, can I buy 9? No, alright. Tried. Let's try 7. Alright, cool. We got rib. Got quite a bit of rib. Okay. Let's go ahead and try to pluck ourselves a monster with a lightning skill. Because that's what the guy in that well is going to ask for. And once we do that, perhaps, after we unlock it, we can end the video. That way, we will have conquered 2 Traveler's Gates and set ourselves up for next time. Awake sand. Garbage. Come at me with this awake sand. Let's hope that we just get this right away. Maybe we won't have to end the video if we can just get this guy right away. Tony is fast. Ooh, a crit. Nice. Rain Slash is a pretty cool skill too. Give it that. I think this has a lightning skill. So I thought it had a Bolt Slash as well on it. I'll call you Brit. Oh, it doesn't have it. Okay. Good to know. Well, you're useless to me. which means I'll just go ahead and leave. There's nothing with a lightning skill. I have no reason to be there. Well, at least we can use a zombie monster now if we want to. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to... Gonna say bye to Dany. That's what we're gonna do. Dany's had its last hurrah. It's got a cool attack and all, but TBH, it's not going to be the most useful moving forward. So Dany is gonna go away now. Nothing to really breed it with. If there was something better to breed it with, which there might be down the line, we could be pretty good on that. So here's what we're gonna do. So here is the monster I was referring to. This is a Lava Man. Now Lava Man was my first catch in that new gate that I'm referring to. Therefore, by the rules, I can use it. And then bred it just to change its gender. So it's Dynasty of. So I got that. Now if I were to look at what was this one again? Oh yeah, that's right, the Knight. If I'm to look at Iced Tea here. Now Iced Tea, as you can see, it says Cure from Tito. Now that makes this a static monster bred, which means I can also use that. So what I'm doing is breeding two of the monsters that were okay through the lock rules. They're from the same family, both material. So by the rules, I can use that or whatever results from it. And this is, wrong order. I'm gonna put this first in the order here. Iceman, Lava Man, and seems like a new monster. A new monster indeed. This guy is puzzled by it. He's never even seen this before. So here we go. This will be usable, and it's going to be what replaces Dany here. The only downside to what I'm about to do here is this thing does not grow very fast. A gold golem. That's what you call that. I don't really care about its gender. So that's what we're getting. We got a gold golem adding to our team here. It is the most rare of all the material monsters. Hey, it's a boy. I'm gonna call you Jake. Jake from State Farm. Jake the Golem. If you look at the sprite, it does remind me a little bit of, you know, Jake from Adventure Time or something going on here. Very yellow. We got yellow-orange base. Yes, I will take Jake with me. And Dany, you are going away. Starting out with 54 HP and 61 MP. That's not too bad. Look at that defense. Almost 100 defense right away. A lazy gold golem of mine. It seems to fit Jake. Now, look at the sprite of that. It's got like a bunch of weird talon feet and an axe. Pretty cool. So here's what's going to go down. I'm going to train Jake up. And while I'm at it, while we're off screen here, what I'm going to do is try and find a monster with that lightning skill I was talking about. And we can unlock the gate together and maybe go through that. And once we have finished that, maybe we'll take on the hard gate. We'll see what happens. So, you know, right about 40 minutes here into this video. This is where we'll end this one for today. So just as a recap, we've kind of got through all those eggs that we hatched. I kind of raised them up a bit through the virtue of something that I had caught before. We were able to get this very, very rare monster onto our team, Jake, and it is replacing Dany. We've also souped up Tony a bit through breeding it with that grizzly we had last time. And Snark's going to be probably ready to be bred again pretty soon here. So that's all for today. I'm Chicken. As always, please like, subscribe, share, and comment down below. Let me know your thoughts on the series, what you think of the monsters, the rules, and If you've played this game before, let me know some of your favorites and whatnot. So I'll see you next time.